on the state of security in Nigeria. It will reveal how we found ourselves in this situation where killings have become a daily occurrence in our everyday life, and the possible way out was highlighted in the special report. It promises to be revealing. Good morning, good evening once again. Welcome to the line. My name is Oluchi Abunda. First, the hard news segment. The Nigerian Labour Congress has cancelled centralized May Day celebrations in Rivers and Edo states, citing the imposition of emergency rule in Rivers and alleged political interference in the affairs of its Edo State Council. The national leadership of the NLC has directed all affiliated industrial unions in Rivers State to organize and limit Workers' Day celebration to the state NLC secretariat. Similarly, unions in Edo State are to commemorate the day independently at the respective union secretariats. The directive was issued in separate letters to the NLC chairman in both states. The letters were signed by the Deputy General Secretary of the NLC, Ismail Bello. The NLC strongly opposes the emergency rule in Rivers State, which involved appointing a sole administrator, and has called for the reinstatement of the elected government. In Edo State, the NLC is at odds with the current administration over alleged interference and the creation of factions within the state council. Sources in Rivers State said labor leaders in the state have welcomed the directive and are enthusiastic about the plan. It was also gathered that the State Council of the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, has expressed willingness to join the NLC at its secretariat for a joint celebration in alignment with national efforts to restore democratic institutions in the state. In the meantime, Osun State Governor Senator Adeleke has urged members of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the state to remain steadfast and avoid distraction as the administration delivers dividends of democracy and good governance. Reacting to recent developments within the party, the governor noted that the victory of 2022 was made possible by dedicated and loyal members of the party, despite anti-party activities by some party chieftains, adding that the party knows how it got to government house and knows how those guards used to make it possible. In a statement by his spokesperson, Malam Olawale Rashid, the governor assured party members that the PDP of 2025 now has an expanded membership base with so many decampees from the opposition. According to him, the party has increased in strength and support, not lost any genuine supporter of Project 2022 to date, and the government's good work has also gained for the party more supporters, partners, and men of goodwill across party lines. Governor Adeleke said his administration treats all federal constituencies fairly, noting how a particular federal constituency has 3 critical portfolios in his cabinet. He also made allusion to how his government's infra plan benefits all corners of the state, with the local content program spreading opportunities to all and sundry, noting he runs a truly pan-Osun government. While asking for PDP members to remain firm and united, Governor Adeleke expressed appreciation for the gale of endorsement from various interest groups and particularly affirmed his steadfastness and frank focus to pursue the Imole agenda beyond 2026. He commended elected PDP local government chairmen and councillors for their sacrifice and endurance for justice and rule of law, encouraging them to sustain their democratic patience to ensure the prevalence of the genuine choice of people at the grassroots. In the meantime, the Osun State Independent Electoral Commission, OSEC, has debunked an online media report that ad hoc staff recruited for the February 22, 2025 local government elections have not been paid 2 months after the election. OSEC Chairman Hashim Abiyoye, while responding to journalists' inquiry, described the report as one-sided, saying the online platform failed to reach out to the electoral body for confirmation or otherwise before publication. It will be recalled that preparatory to the February 22 council polls, OSEC had recruited ad hoc staff, including supervisory presiding officers, poll clerks, as well as returning officers to complement the efforts of the permanent staff of the commission so as to make the conduct of the election easier. However, an online media platform in a recent report quoted two adult staff as claiming that they were in the dark concerning their payments, a claim which the OSEC chairman, Barrister Hashim Abiy, said was far from the truth. According to him, all payments have been made, while more than half of other categories of ad hoc staff have also received their payments, adding that the payment was still ongoing as at the time of filing this report. The OSEC chairman therefore admonished newsmen to always observe fairness and balance in their reportage in accordance with the ethics of journalism. Osun State government has reiterated its commitment to prioritizing the health of the people by investing in health facilities to promote healthy living. The Commissioner for Health, Mr. Jola Akintola, said this at an event organized by the government to commemorate the World Malaria Day 2025 in partnership with civil society in malaria control, immunization, and nutrition, ACOMIM. Our reporter, John Adeleke, has the details.
World Malaria Day 2025 with the theme Malaria Ends With Us, Reinvest, Reimagine and Reignite provided an avenue for stakeholders in the health sector to converge, strategize and sensitize the public on how to maintain a healthy environment and get rid of mosquitoes that are carriers of malaria parasites. In his keynote address at the event put together by a group, Association of Civil Society Organization on Malaria Control, Immunization and Nutrition, ACONIM, in partnership with the State Ministry of Health, the Commissioner for Health, Mr. Jola Akintola, said the state government, under the leadership of Governor Adeleke, remain resolute in its quest to promote healthy living among us people. He added that the state will continue to reinvest in malaria control.
The fight against malaria is not just the responsibility of the government. In the spirit of this year's theme, we call on all citizens and corporate organizations to reinvest their resources, reimagine new partnerships, and reignite community actions. Together, we can close the gap in prevention, diagnosis, and treatment, especially for the most vulnerable among us.
Also speaking, the special advisor to the governor on public health, Dr. Akindele Adekunle, said the present administration will continue to prioritize the health of the people, just as he encouraged the people to always visit the various health centers within their vicinities for comprehensive medical checkup.
According to the malaria indicator survey, parasite prevalence dropped from 27.7% to 19.3%. More recently, confirmed malaria cases in Osun State fell from 75.3% to 52.7% between March 2024 and March 2025, period of 1 year. These gains are not coincidental. They are the result of sustained investments, strategic interventions, and unwavering leadership of His Excellency Governor Adeleke.
Earlier in his address of welcome, the state chairman of ACONIM, Mr. Stephen Aremu, commended Governor Adeleke for his immense contribution to the development of the health sector. He noted that the control and elimination of malaria is a collective responsibility of all.
We are talking of ending malaria, and the government cannot do it alone, except when all of us work together. That's the reason why we have identified key stakeholders. They have done a lot of things in their community to really support, to really invest that most of the things in their community.
The event also provided a platform for the special advisor to the governor on primary health care, Dr. Michael Oyerinde, to sensitize the public about malaria transmission and control, just as he urged the people to imbibe the culture of healthy living by maintaining a clean environment.
Nigeria is a tropical country where malaria has been ravaging, the society. The best we can do, as it is in Nigeria right now, is to ensure that, when we have our premises, we clear our premises of weeds and bushes, because they are able to thrive around all those kind of things. And if we have stagnant pools of water, they have the tendency for all the malaria parasites to be able to develop over a period of time.
The conference climaxed with the presentation of awards to community champions for their contributions to the fight against malaria. John Oyelaki reporting for OSBC News.
The Deputy National Chairman of the Labour Party, Dr. Ayo Olorunfemi, has advised the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate to ignore all calls to down the party ahead of the 2027 general election. Olorunfemi, who was the LP candidate in the 2024 Ondo governorship election, advised that Obi should rather focus on rebuilding the party. Olorunfemi, who noted that though Obi was at liberty under the law to associate with any political party of his choice, said he needed to be wary of what he called dangerous advances. He said now that Obi has contested and has seen the LP falls, his decision to go to another political party will speak volumes of his intention and whether he truly believed in the ideology of the Labour Party before coming to run or just wanted to use the opportunity of the platform. Noting that Obi could resolve the crisis in the Labour Party, Olorunfemi said that some aspirants shelved their ambitions in 2022 to allow him to use the LP platform to run for president. Meanwhile, the president of the Nigeria Rescue Mission Organization and former president of Buhari Youth Organization, Dr. Jibril Mustafa, has urged former President Goodluck Jonathan to contest the 2027 presidential election. Mustafa, who made the call in a statement in Lagos, said Jonathan should heed the calls to run for the office of the president again. According to him, as the nation prepares for the 2027 elections, the Nigerian Rescue Mission Organization believes that now is the time for all stakeholders to come together and support a candidate who can genuinely represent the interests of all Nigerians. He urged former President Goodluck Jonathan to consider this call and step forward as a candidate who can unite the country and lead her towards a brighter future. According to him, there is an urgent need for a leader who embodies integrity, inclusivity, and a commitment to national unity. Mustafa added that Nigeria is at a crossroads and grappling with significant issues that threaten her stability and progress. He said the former Nigerian leader during his tenure demonstrated a commitment to democratic values and governance that prioritize the welfare of all citizens. According to him, the group believes Jonathan has the vision and experience necessary to lead Nigeria. Still talking politics, the Bayelsa state government has called on the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Betokun, to investigate the shooting that occurred during a rally organized by the new associates at the Church of God Mission Campground, Yenogua. In a statement issued by the Commissioner for Information, Orientation and Strategy, Mrs. Ebiuwu Kokobiya, the government condemned the incident and urged the police to identify and prosecute those responsible. The statement urged the police to immediately commence an investigation to bring to book anyone found culpable, while noting that the event negated guidelines for political activities as stipulated in the Electoral Act and by the Independent National Electoral Commission. The government observed that it was held on the campsite of a religious organization. It wants political groups in the state not to drag religious organizations into their partisan activities that desecrate sacred places of worship. It further stated that it would not hesitate to sanction any religious organization that breached the law. The government restated its commitment to sustaining the peace in the state as well as ensuring the security of lives and property of all residents. Operatives of the Delta State Police Command have killed 5 suspected kidnappers terrorizing Ubuluku, Iseluku, Iselasagba, and surrounding areas of Delta State. The police public relations officer in the state command, SP Bright Edafe, stated this in a statement in Asaba, the Delta State capital. According to Edafe, acting on intelligence, the operatives stormed one of their hideouts in Agua Forest, Anambra State, where they recovered 1 AK-47 rifle and 132 rounds of live ammunition. He said investigation was extended to another of the criminals' hideouts in a forest between Isela Asaba and Otulu, where one Bello Abubakar and his gang members were waiting in ambush. On sighting the policemen, the suspected kidnappers attacked them in the fierce gun battle, but the operatives who were aware of the battle ahead reciprocated in a like manner. The suspects could not withstand the firepower of the operatives as they ran in different directions with various degrees of bullet injuries. Meanwhile, 5 of the suspects, including the third Bello Abubakar, who could not escape due to severity of their injuries, were taken to the hospital, but they were confirmed dead. The Dafe also said 2 additional AK-47 rifles and 18 rounds of 7.62 ammunition were recovered in the forest, while a manhunt for other injured fleeing suspects is ongoing. The Anglican Communion Diocese of Osun says it is committed to winning souls for Christ, assisting in fulfilling God's purpose for the people, as well as supporting the administration of Governor Adeleke to succeed in Osun. The Bishop, Diocese of Osun Anglican, Right Reverend Folusho Babatunji, gave the assurance in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, during the grand finale of the second session of the 13th Synod 2025. Sonia Onoridi completes the story.
Anglican Communion Diocese of Osun drawn the curtain on the second session of the 13th Synod 2025, amid rendition of melodious spiritual tunes and dancing carefully dedicated to appreciate God. In his exhortation, Bishop of Remo, Most Reverend Michael Fakpe, drawing from the theme A Purposeful Church Embracing and Fulfilling God's Plan, identified variants of churches, noting that church symbolically connotes individual who does the will of God. Most Reverend Fakpe said church is specifically created to redeem souls through the blood of Jesus, while church may be categorized into local, national, and international. What essentially matter are congregation who worship in his temple, adding that man lost the grace in the Garden of Eden, but reconciled with God through Christ. The Bishop of Remo therefore submitted that a purposeful church is a church that embraces the commission, nurturing membership, representing light for the world, recognizing that God is relentless in his marvelous days, sharing and testifying the faith, prayerful among others. In his remark, the Bishop, Diocese of Osun, Right Reverend Folusho Babatunji, who noted that God raises effort to fulfill destiny, implore men of God within the diocese to demonstrate harmonious relationship among themselves, adding that the Anglican Communion Diocese of Osun will continue to support the administration of Governor Adeleke.
We have a mandate to fulfill for the spiritual lives of people, for their social lives, for every aspect of the lives of humans around us. We are here also to support the government of Osun State in, maintaining law, order, and also in encouraging people to be patriotic to their state.
The second session of the 13th Synod 2025 featured empowerment of members of the Diocese of Osun, as well as Thanksgiving session. Vicar of All Souls Church, Okefia, Venerable Sam Akinlawan, clergy and their wives, Chief Jimoh Ibrahim, representatives from across the Diocese of Anglican Communion in Osun State, were on ground to lend hands of support. Sonia Onoride, reporting for OSBC News.
The monthly statutory allocations to state governments from the Federation account may decline in the coming months, following an official request by the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority to boost the nation's residual funds with the support of 100 billion naira monthly. The request, which was presented by the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of NSIA, Aminu Umaru Sadiq, is aimed at unlocking large-scale investment to drive Nigeria's economic growth. He made the request at the March Revenue Sharing Meeting of the Federation Account Allocation Committee held between April 14 and 15. Umaru Sadiq appealed to the committee, which includes State Commissioners of Finance, to consider and approve the request with funding proposed to commence from the March FAG allocation. The presentation was titled Activating Residual Funding for the Nigeria Sovereign Investment Authority, Unlocking Opportunities for Large-Scale Investment to Drive Nigeria's Economic Growth. According to the document, the NSIA is requesting a structured monthly disbursement of 100 billion naira from residual funds revenue in the Federation account beyond projected hydrocarbon income to establish a naira-based capital pool. The move, the authority says, will enhance its capacity to finance critical domestic infrastructure projects. The MD said the funding would position the authority as the leading sovereign wealth fund globally, promoting responsible and strategic investment for Nigeria's economic development and enhancing its threefold mandate to build a saving base for the country, enhance the development of infrastructure, and provide stabilization support. No fewer than 40 persons have been arrested and are facing prosecution for impersonating candidates during the ongoing 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board has disclosed. This is as many parents and guardians are lamenting that the 6:30 a.m. resumption time for the exam was too early for candidates, adding that many may have to travel several kilometers to their examination centers. The 2025 UTME, which commenced last Thursday, will run until Monday, May 5. According to JAM, over 2,030,627 candidates are sitting for this year's examination across accredited computer-based test centers nationwide. Social media activist Rinu Drola tweeted that why are they scheduling exam for 6:30 a.m. and expect teenagers to find their ways 50 kilometers plus away from home? How can educated people make nonsensical policies for citizens and kids in this country? Does it make sense? Welcome to our sports segment. Women's 100-meter hurdles, Tobi Amushin opened her 2025 outdoor season with a fourth-place finish at the Diamond League opener in Xiamen, China. In what was her first hurdle race since the Paris 2024 Olympics, the Nigerian finished in a time of 12.75 seconds in the race that was won by reigning world champion Janet Williams. The USA's Grace Stark was second, while South Africa's Marianne Fern was third. Williams produced a thrilling come-from-behind victory in the race, launching a furious late surge to overtake Grace Stark of the United States just before the finish line. Meanwhile, world indoor champion Jane Challen of the Bahamas saw her race end prematurely after clipping a hurdle early, resulting in a did not finish. For Amushin, she has been listed as part of Nigeria's women relay team for the World Relays in Guangzhou, China next month, and might remain in the Asian country until then, as the next event on the Diamond League calendar is the Yangtze River Delta Athletics Diamond Gala at the China Texas City Sports Center next weekend. On the foreign scene, world leaders, dignitaries, and thousands of mourners gather to pay their last respect to Pope Francis, who was laid to rest. The burial ceremony held at St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City drew an extraordinary assembly of global figures, including heads of state, royalty, and religious leaders. Leading the world leaders were the President of the United States of America, France, Finland, and Switzerland, Donald Trump, Emmanuel Macron, Alexander Stubb, and Karin Kalestotzer. Others are the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and wife, Olena, Irish President Michael Higgins, Deputy Speaker of the Ugandan Parliament, Thomas, and Nigerian Senate President Godswill Akpabio. We'll now go on a break. Deadline continues shortly. Don't go away. Welcome to Dateline Proper. President Bola Tinubu has been called upon to tackle the menace of insecurity headlong and prevent further loss of lives and wanton destruction of property across the country. Those who spoke in separate interviews with Datelines described the menace of insecurity as unacceptable and an indication of a stale government. Here are the details. The rising insecurity in Nigeria has become a source of concern for many. In recent times, some parts of the country, such as Plateau, Benue, Niger, Enugu, and Kwara State, among others, have been under attacks that have led to loss of lives and wanton destruction of property. The upsurge in the cases of terrorism, banditry, kidnapping for ransom, and land grabbing, among others, has raised fears in many quarters as people can no longer sleep with their eyes closed. This must have necessitated the move by the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, to announce the deployment of a special squad to arrest the rising violence across the country. The situation has continued to generate reactions among Nigerians who feel that the President and his service chiefs are not living up to their primary constitutional responsibility of protecting the lives and property of the people. A human rights activist, Comrade Waheed Lawal, said Nigerian security agencies are known to always take reactive approaches to issues rather than proactive measures. He questioned the role of security agencies in intelligence gathering, adding that they have failed to live up to expectations despite the huge budgetary allocation in the security sector. He maintained that any government that fails to protect the lives and property of the people should not be taken seriously.
Well, the Nigerian government has failed in its responsibility of providing security for the lives and property of its citizens, because it is the duty of government to provide security for the life and property of citizens. If the service chiefs has failed, the person that hired them can equally fire them. So retaining them means that the appointing authority is not serious about the security of life and property of its citizens. How can you be the president and you are watching your citizens being killed on daily basis and you think that nothing is happening? Then Mr. President has failed in his responsibility.
In his submission, another analyst, Dr. Yinka Andrews, warned that politicians are weaponizing insecurity to fight political issues at the expense of the people. He spoke on the need for the people to support the government to attain a peaceful and prosperous Nigeria.
The real issue is politics. But as we say in Yoruba also, if a storm is coming to destroy my home, I'm not going to sit down hand akimbo, stand up hand akimbo and allow it to happen. I will do something about it. This is why I talk about government. Government should up the ante to face these people. You spoke about intel. Where will the intel come from when the people that are supposed to even give it the intel are part of the problems? What am I not saying? If things are not moving well, do you know we call something synergy in management? If all Nigerians work together, including opposition, who are those people that are coming? They will run away. But when some people are supporting them, they are backing them up to do this so that this country will become ungovernable. Like one of them said in 2013, 2014. This is what is happening. That's my candid opinion. Except we Nigerians now stand up against them.
Nigerians have also expressed fears and spoke on the need to tackle the menace of insecurity headlong, as farmers can no longer go to farm now that the rainy season has begun, which might also worsen the challenges of food in the country. Oluchi Amuja. And that is Dateline on OSBC TV. Thank you for watching. It was edited by Babatunde Fanuwopo. My name is Oluchi Amuda. Wishing you a wonderful night rest.
tiwa. Ogun máa wọ̀lú nígbà tiwa. Kí ọ̀wọ́n dọ̀pọ̀ lásìkò tiwa. Kí tálákà jẹun bóyó dẹ́mdẹ́m. Iwájú lọ̀pá ẹ̀mí tí ń rẹ́sì. Kò ní ṣẹ́wọ́ omi àríṣe. Kí gbogbo oníṣòwò kẹrẹ́rẹ́ ọjà jẹ́. Òṣìṣẹ́ ìjọba ẹ̀kọ́ ìṣiṣẹ́ o. Káboyún bí wẹ́rẹ́ kákàndọ́ lọ́mọ. Ìbùkún owó ìbùkún ọmọ o. Àwọn ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Àwọn ní ìpínlẹ̀ àwa. Àwọn ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Káwọn sọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ wọlé lọ́rọ̀. Àwọn ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Káwọn sọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ wọlé lọ́rọ̀.
tọ́ nínú àṣàyàn ìròyìn wa lálẹ́ tòní ibẹ̀ láti bójú wo ipò títọ́ ààbò orílẹ̀-èdè yìí wà báwo gan-an orílẹ̀-èdè nàìjíríà ṣe bára rẹ̀ nípò àìbalẹ̀ ọkàn èyí tó yọrí sí ìpànìyàn bí ẹni pàjábọ̀gún lójoojúmọ́ tí ọ̀pọ̀ dúkìá sì tún fojoojúmọ́ ṣòfò bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn tó wà nídìí ìwà láabi yìí fojoojúmọ́ pọ̀ sí èyí ni abala kejì àṣàyàn ìròyìn wa fún ti talẹ́ òní nígbà tí a ó kọ́kọ́ máa mú àwọn ìròyìn pọ́nbélé wá fún yín ká tó takọ́sọ́ sí abala kejì tí a pè ní àṣàyàn ìròyìn Kamil Abdulrahim náà ni orúkọ ti tèmi tí mò ń kí pé ẹ kálẹ́ ẹ sì kú ìsinmi lónìí ìsinmi aláyọ̀ ni yóò jẹ́ fún wa ìròyìn náà rèé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ NLC lórílẹ̀‐èdè nàìjíríà ti fagilé àyájọ́ òṣìṣẹ́ tọdún yìí ní ìpínlẹ̀ Rivers àti Edo pẹ̀lú àgbékalẹ̀ ìjọba pàjáwìrì ní ìpínlẹ̀ Rivers àtẹ̀sùn pé fáńfà òṣèlú ń wáyé ní ìpínlẹ̀ Edo adarí ẹgbẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè nàìjíríà pàṣẹ fún àwọn ẹgbẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ àti ẹgbẹ́ ajàfẹ́tọ̀ọ́ ọmọnìyàn ní ìpínlẹ̀ Rivers pé kí wọ́n ṣayẹyẹ àyájọ́ òṣìṣẹ́ tọdún yìí nílé ẹgbẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ ní ìpínlẹ̀ náà bákan náà ni ẹgbẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Edo náà sọ pé òun yóò sàmì àyájọ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tọdún yìí nílé ẹgbẹ́ àwọn àṣẹ náà wáyé nínú àtẹ̀jáde ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ tí alága ẹgbẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè nàìjíríà fi síta ní ọjọ́ 22 oṣù yìí fáwọn alága ẹgbẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ méjèèjì lẹ́tà náà tí igbákejì akọ̀wé àgbà ẹgbẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ NLC lórílẹ̀‐èdè nàìjíríà Ismail Bello fọwọ́ sí ẹgbẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ NLC tako ìjọba pàjáwìrì nípínlẹ̀ Rivers èyí tó ṣokùnfà yíyan alákòóso fún ìpínlẹ̀ náà tí ẹgbẹ́ náà sì pè fún dídá ìjọba táwọn aráàlú dìbò yàn padà síjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Rivers. wáyé o gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Adémọ́lá Adeleke ti rọ àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú People's Democratic Party ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí pé kí wọ́n fọkàn balẹ̀ kí wọ́n má sì fààyè gba ohunkóhun tó bá lè domi tútù sí wọn lọ́kàn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìjọba òun ṣe ń tẹ̀síwájú nínú ìfẹsẹ̀rinlẹ̀ ìjọba tiwantiwa àti ìṣèjọba rere nígbà tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí àwọn tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú náà gómìnà Adeleke ṣàlàyé pé àṣeyọrí ìdìbò ọdún 2022 fún òun wáyé látọwọ́ àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP tí wọ́n ní ìfọkàntán láì fi ti báwọn kan nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú náà ṣe sojú méjì bí idà síbẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP mọ̀ bó ṣe wọlé ìbò náà tó sì mọ bí Ọlọ́run ṣe jẹ́ kóńkó wà ní ilé ìjọba títí di àkókò yìí nínú àtẹ̀jáde látọwọ́ agbẹnusọ gómìnà Malam Ọláwálé Rasheed ni gómìnà ti fi dá àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP lójú pé ejò ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP ti wọ́ kúrò níbi tàná látàrí bọ́pọ̀ àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ alátakò ṣe ń fojoojúmọ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀hún tí ìkankan nínú àwọn olùfọkàntán àti alátìlẹyìn nínú lásìkò ìdìbò ọdún 2022 títí di àkókò yìí kò sì yẹsẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn àṣeyọrí tíjọba òun ti ṣe tó ti jẹ́ kí àwọn alátìlẹyìn ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀hún kó máa pọ̀ sí káàkiri ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Gómìnà Adeleke sọ pé ìjọba òun kò fárí apá kan dá kan sí lórí gbogbo láwọn ẹkùn ìdìbò àpapọ̀ tó wà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, pẹ̀lú àlàyé pé kò sí ẹkùn ìdìbò ìjọba àpapọ̀ mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta tí kò ní àwọn aṣojú nínú ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ ìjọba òun. Bákan náà ló tún fi kún bí ìjọba òun ṣe ń kùn lé àwọn àkànṣe iṣẹ́ ìdàgbàsókè káàkiri gbogbo ẹkùn ìdìbò ìjọba àpapọ̀ tó fi mọ́ ètò tí ó mú ìdẹ̀rùn bá àwọn aráàlú àti ìdàgbàsókè bá gbogbo àwọn èèyàn lẹ́sẹ̀ kúkú. Nígbà tó ń rọ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP pé kí wọ́n fọkàn balẹ̀ kí wọ́n sì wà níṣọ̀kan, bẹ́ẹ̀ ló fi ìmọrírì rẹ̀ hàn fún ọ̀kanòjọ̀kan àtìlẹ́yìn àti ìfọwọ́sí olóríjorí oníkòjìkòhun èyí tó fìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ pé ìjọba òun mọ́rọ̀ ìdàgbàsókè ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun lọ́kùnkúndùn. Gómìnà Adeleke tún gbóṣùbà fún àwọn alága àti àwọn kánsílọ̀ tí ètò ìdìbò wọn ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wáyé nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP fún ìfàyàrán ìpamọ́ra wọn fún ìdájọ́ òdodo. Ó rọ̀ wọ́n pé kí wọ́n